Gentlemen, I told you from my previous videos that I'll be very keen on what Moses Kuria, the former CS under William Ruto's cabinet, before actually was a cabinet before it was dissolved. So the former CS Moses Kuria, what he's saying and what he does and where he's going. Now today, Moses Kuria had a function that he attended. That was a funeral function where one of the top journalists died, and he went there to condole with the family. So as we speak right now, I have some notes that I made from Moses Kuria's speeches down in the Nakuru County, actually, no, in Sumbuki or something like that, where he went to make his speech. But before I dissect on what Moses Kuria said, kindly if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Now, let me go direct to the point. Moses Kuria is now a person to watch because probably his voice is most heard in the mountain region. Despite most people take him as a joker, he's accepted by most of the youths and the locals, the indigenous people of the mountain region. Therefore, whatever he's going to say, it's something that I'll be keenly following. Why am I saying so? Moses Kuria gave an example that he told the leaders of the mountain to come up with one party, even if it's Chama Chakazi, and they go with it to William Ruto's government. They refused. Right now, everyone in the mountain is regretting the wish they had a strong party that they went with to William Ruto. So therefore, there's a possibility that these leaders are going to, or not just leaders, the people of the mountain are going to conform to some of the things that Moses Kuria is going to raise in this case. Being a cabinet secretary that was dismissed by William Ruto, he has a vast of experience that he needs to share to the people of Kenya. Despite defending the government so much when he was in power, Moses Kuria has of late come out to say that there are so many lessons that he learned from the government that he needs to ensure that he has corrected in relation to the support and well-being of the people of the mountain. So today, that was what he was doing precisely in this funeral, where he was telling people some of the things that he experienced and why he feels that they need to reorganize themselves and plan themselves for the better future of the mountain region. So therefore, that will form the basis of this analysis here today on C45 TV. Now, this is what happened. Moses Kuria said a few things that I personally feel that we are going to look at and really draw serious conclusions from there. First of all, he said, of course, he had so many lessons that he had learned. Why could he learn lessons from the William Ruto's government, which they voted in well? It's because of the developments we've had in politics. Moses Kuria is feeling that the mountain is being sidelined when it comes to proper management of the country's affairs. Excuse me for that. For the country's affairs. So therefore, he's trying to say that their unity has cost, their disunity after joining government has costed them. What do I mean by this? Moses Kuria was very clear when he was speaking, because he said that they have been fighting each other since they got into office up to now, and it has costed them immensely. So therefore, Moses Kuria is drawing that as a lesson that when they fight each other, they fight Uhuru Kenyatta, they fight their owns, they get divided and actually they become weak. And that's one of the major lessons that you have learned. Apart from the issue of the party, that's also another major lesson that Moses Kuria could have quoted from there. He also said one thing that really touched my attention, that the people on the mountain who can perform well in cabinet have been getting out of the cabinet. Then those who can poorly perform are back to the cabinet. I'm not so sure who he was referring to, but personally I feel Alice Waumesh is not competent enough to become a cabinet secretary in that docket. Now, but many others might be existing, but on Alice Waumesh, that one I'm sure about it. But when you check on what is happening here, Moses Kuria was very clear that now those smart people, intelligent guys of the mountain, are sidelined out of government. What does that mean? There's a crafted deal or a crafted plan to ensure that the mountain has been brought down. And that is for the point I could draw from Moses Kuria's what? Moses Kuria's statement today here. Now, another thing I learned from Moses Kuria, there are a few mistakes that he was pointing out. One of them is fighting their own. Second of all, it's of course the issue to do with their party. But out of this, Moses Kuria made some revelations that I want to quote here and actually look at the impact they are going to make in the government. He revealed that he's going to move across the mountain to mobilize people and tell them, actually educate them on some of the lessons they've learned as a government. He was going to move around the country and ensure he has told people some of the things that he has seen well in government that are affecting the people of the mountain. And this is going to touch this government that is in place right now, that is of William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga. Considering the video I did before, where I said that the people of the mountain are now to conduct some proper, led by Gachagua, are going to conduct a proper criticism and of course opposition to the government to ensure the government has performed. It is true because Moses Kuria now said he is going to lead the team. Now, checking on that, it is very clear that, and I was right before, the government, the people who are nominated, particularly the ODM guys, they must perform. No alternative. They must work and outshine those who are on those respective dockets. They must, and that has to work. Why am I saying so? Now Moses Kuria is out, he's saying he'll move across the mountain to mobilize people and tell them this is what is happening and this is where we need to go to. which means, and by mentioning that smart people of ODM were brought in, and then the bottom part of the well-performing leaders coming out of the part of the government from the mountain, of course, that means that they're also closely monitoring how these MPs are performing. And from analysis here, I want to say that Moses Kuria, therefore, is going to lead the criticism and opposition of the government, and William Ruto must either absorb this guy or prepare for a serious criticism, and come 2027, that's going to affect his campaign significantly. The mountain is going to have a different language this time round. They either present a presidential candidate or have a party and present a deputy president. And that means very well that this deputy president is going to be crafted from the mountain, not from William Ruto's team. Based on what I'm seeing from Moses Kuria, probably is going to happen from William Ruto's team. Now, the mountain is also coming together. That is what Moses Kuria revealed. All those who are against Rigathi Gachagua are right now supporting Rigathi Gachagua, and they don't want him to be impeached. One of them being Moses Kuria himself. Excuse me. So Moses Kuria said that despite his problems and differences with Rigathi Gachagua, they will not allow him to be impeached at any cost. So therefore, the mountain is going to come together. Those people who have been in opposition, particularly as Mio, those who have been in government, they're going to come together, all of them against William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga. That is going to be very clear. And from that kind of a revelation, there's a thing that came out also in my mind. I realized that now you're going to have people shifting allegiances. You're going to have people going to William Ruto, others going to Rigathi Gachagua, or maybe the mountain right side. And this is very clear now. What is going to happen, most MPs, for their sake of getting their seats back, they are likely going to align with Rigathi Gachagua. The issue of impeachment is going to face a very hostile ground. That means that all those leaders, starting from Kimani Ichung'wah, either Rigathi Gachagua goes for his full term, or they get rejected in the ground. That means very well that William Ruto has no option. He must work with Rigathi Gachagua till the end. If he does so, then therefore that means he's going to be destroyed by the mountain, because the mountain has a significant share of voters to William Ruto's basket. Now, on this video here today, I want to promise once again, I'm going to closely follow what Moses Kuria is doing, where he's going, what he's going to say, so that we can use Moses Kuria to project what the mountain is saying. But however, checking Moses Kuria's position with the former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, there's a possibility he might be a lone ranger. He might be doing some of these things alone because of being ambitious. But if he conforms with the mountain demands and goes and works with Gachagua and Uhuru Kenyatta, then therefore the mountain will be locked completely. That means William Ruto must forge a way forward through a different formation that's going to guarantee him a win in 2027. However, we can't deny in this show that William Ruto has so many allies from the mountain, including governors, that if he's going to work with them closely, probably they're going to do well. Also, if you check now, there's an example I want to give, and William Ruto has to learn from this. During Raila Amolo Odinga's start of the campaigns, actually Raila Amolo Odinga was supported by Anne Waiguru. But the moment Anne Waiguru reached a point, and I don't know what happened, she shifted her allegiance and went to direct William Ruto, and as to speak, she's loyal to William Ruto. William Ruto has to be very careful. People can be close to him, particularly when it comes to now home issues and interests, they can easily divert their minds. That is my video there and there. If this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Make sure you keep following the analysis on sports and political analysis that you also make in this channel here. Videos are so many, please make sure that you go through them. And as you go through them, make sure to subscribe. See you next time. My name is Abel Mukwa.